Welcome to the Thrift Store Kitchen Review, where I test all the weird junk from the thrift store so you don't have to. Welcome to today's edition of the Thrift Store Kitchen Review. Do you need a constant supply of boiling water? Is that electric kettle that you could have gotten for $30 to $40 that works great for years just not enough of a status symbol? Do you need the equivalent of a gold-plated toilet as your water boiler? Well, I've found it. Today we'll be reviewing the Zojirushi water boiler. Normally these go for about $200, but I got it at a Goodwill in Hickory Flat, Georgia for only $4.99. If you've ever owned a Zojirushi appliance, you know two things. Number one, they're really, really good. Number two, they're really, really expensive. Let's take a look at the machine. I've gone ahead and disassembled it. First of all, we have the magnetic power cord. This is for safety purposes. It attaches right here on the back, and that way, if you have it plugged in and somebody's walking and trips over the cord, it immediately gives way. That way, it doesn't spill boiling water everywhere. Probably for the best. Second, you have this lid here that detaches. That way it makes the main tank easier to clean. You have the 4-liter water tank. It has this little filter that covers this hole. This hole goes to the pump mechanism and to the window that lets you know how much water is in the machine. Snap this lid on. I just tried to do that backwards. There we go. Goes on really easily. You have this handle that lifts the lid, and then you have some buttons. This one here, the dispense button does not operate unless you hit the unlock button first. Another safety feature. This one here, once it boils, you can set it to hold the water at a certain temperature for hours on end. Last, you have the reboil button. That way, if it's been sitting there for a while and you need it to get back up to a full boiling temperature, it'll do that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to clean off the price tag and wipe the machine down some, and we're gonna boil us some water. I've gone ahead and cleaned the machine up. Now let's fill the tank. Open it up. Got a mixing bowl full right here. Got it about halfway, so I'm going to go get one more bowl full. Okay, and that got it almost right up to the line. I'm going to go ahead and close the lid, lock it down, and plug it in. Now once you plug it in, it turns on and immediately just starts to heat. Now, according to the manual for this, it should take about 35 minutes to go from faucet temperature to a full boil. So we're going to let this sit and we'll be back to check it. So we've been running the machine for about 10 minutes and it's already reached a temperature of 130 degrees. So this thing works pretty fast. 20-minute check and we're already at 185 degrees. 35 minutes, I think it will finish faster. So at 28 minutes flat, we've reached our boiling point, 212. Open this up, you can see, look at that water go. So how is it dispensed? You just press the button, and it pours the boiling water. I mean, personally, I think this would be great to have in like an office break room, even at your desk. Check it out. Got some good old Quaker maple and brown sugar. Just unlock. A little bit of water. Spoon. Oatmeal is ready to go. Got a mug here with some instant coffee in there. Unlock. Stir it up, got a nice hot cup of coffee. Got another mug right here and a tea bag. Keep dropping the tag into the cup itself. And then just let the tea sit. Now if you can do all this, you have this big pot of boiling water that you could just keep at your desk. I have an even better idea. Now I haven't worked in an office in years, but if I have my way, I never will again. I can't think of a more toxic place. Now, for something like this, you got this big pot and boiling water. So we're gonna find out, will it glizz? Well, we know it will, but think about it. You could have your own personal glizzy pot right there at your desk. Cooking in the office is like one step above cooking in prison. I mean, I've never been to prison, but I've watched plenty of videos on prison and cooking in prison, and I really fail to see the difference. Most offices, I fail to see the difference between that and prison anyway, other than the fact that you get to go home for a few hours every night. So we're gonna leave these in there for a little while. I'm curious as to how well this keeps in the smell of the hot dogs, but in a minute, we're gonna see how well they turn out. It's been a couple minutes, let's take a look. Yeah, look at those hot dogs. They're starting to get nice and plump, nice and cooked. Drop that back in there. Let it go for a couple more minutes. All right, let's take another look. Oh yeah, those hot dogs look about ready. So I'm gonna pull one out. Oh yeah, look at that, that is done. I'm gonna drop this to the minimum temperature to hold the water at, which is 175. Shake this hot dog off, put it on the bun, close the lid, take a bite. Not bad. I mean, boiling's not my preferred way of cooking a hot dog, but like I said, if you're at work, who cares? You got your own personal glizzy pot at your desk. I mean, sure, people might think you're weird, but you know what? Play it off. Or just deny it altogether. Or if they start asking, hey, what do you have in that pot? I don't have anything. Really? And then just play it off. Get used to the taste of hot dog water. Look. You're like, look, I'm making oatmeal. There's nothing else in there. Put some water in there. See how it is. Nothing weird tasting about this at all. What are you asking about? Why do I have condiments and buns in my desk drawer? Why are you going through my desk drawer? Imagine being that guy. You started your day accusing a coworker of having a covert glizzy pot. You ended your day being reported to HR. It got even worse when you got fired for going through somebody's desk and you had to explain to your wife why the house is being foreclosed on. All because you had to go accuse some guy of having a secret glizzy bucket at his desk. But yeah, I mean, this thing, I guess for some people it's practical. It works great. Every Zojirushi product I've ever had works great. If you need this much boiling water on a daily basis, I highly recommend it. Well, thanks for joining us on another edition of the Thrift Store Kitchen Review. Be sure to subscribe, follow us on Facebook in the description below. Be sure to get out there and support your local thrift store, and have a wonderful day.